I'm Howard Bushart, and I'll be your instructor for this semester. Welcome to DAAC 2307, The Addicted Family. I'm going to go over some things with you tonight, my expectations of you and what you can expect from me. We'll talk about the syllabus a little bit and grading and that sort of thing. So I'm going to share my screen with you so that you can see what I'm looking at, and we'll get right to it. This is my information. Some of you have taken classes with me before, and some of you are taking other classes this semester, so you may have seen this already, but maybe you haven't too. So here we go. This is my contact information, where my office is located if you need to see me. My cell phone, my email, my office phone, how to get hold of our division secretary and our dean. And this is your course information down here. That it's and it's wrong. It should be 2307 or 01, but it's 1319. This is correct, though. Examination of family systems focusing on the effects of addiction and recovery. This course will present the family as a dynamic system, focusing on the effects of addiction on family roles, rules, and behavior patterns. It includes the effects of mood-altering substances, behaviors, and therapeutic alternatives as they relate to the family from a multicultural and transgenerational perspective. You have 4 student learning outcomes that I'm most interested that you demonstrate. And one is to describe the effects of addiction on the family. And if you can describe it, then you understand it. Differentiate between various family treatment processes. There are different ways to approach working with families. Identify the impact of addictive behaviors as they relate to diverse family structures, and we'll talk about that at good length. Analyze the roles of family members in both the addictive and the recovery process. Because the truth of the matter is, when you're talking about systems, no one's in it alone. And that will be an important concept as we move forward in the semester. The prerequisite and co-requisite for this course is reading 300 or equivalent, and that is a high school reading level. The texts are pretty straightforward, and that's good. So I think you'll do well there. In our efforts to prepare students for a changing world, students may be expected to utilize computer technology while enrolled in classes, certificate or degree programs within Lee College, and click on any of these links below for further information. There's a lot of student support here in this area for you. Grammarly that helps you with writing. The Lee College website is where you begin to access this, and you can click on any of these links. Milesey Campus. You can get in touch with the help desk. You can get in touch with Paula Lee, who's our learning management system administrator and resident Blackboard guru, etc. You can access your grades and where you stand on grading through Blackboard as well. All of our communications, that aren't done by phone, will be handled through student email, and that's how I'll contact you, and how the college will contact you, and how you'll contact us, etc. And we'll also use you and I will be using messages in our course room, in the family course room, to communicate back and forth as well. There are two texts in particular that I want you to get. One is Substance Abuse in the Family by Michael Ryder, second edition, and Substance Abuse Treatment and Family Therapy, which is a SAMHSA free publication that you can access with this link right here. And that won't be an issue. And boom, there you are. Treatment Improvement Protocol 39, and you can download it right here. Piece of cake. Went too far back. So those are the texts that you'll be using. There may be some other reading assignments or video assignments along the way. There will be other reading assignments, video assignments along the way, and they'll be posted in the in Blackboard Learn in your course room. So you'll see the announcements and the links for those. You can get your book, your other textbook, the writer book. The college will buy it for you. The SAMHSA book, you've already paid for it with your tax dollars. So you'll be good to go. This is the Access Center for Students with Disabilities website. The Lee College Access Center for Students is in Rundell Hall, in Office 106. And disability services are there, and that's headed up by Kaylee Villanueva. And you can contact her, I'm sorry I can't stop yawning, at this phone number or at this email link to get in touch with her. And if you have an issue, a problem, a situation that needs to be accommodated, you get with Kaylee. She'll go over a process with you, evaluate what's going on, determine what kind of accommodations you need. She'll send me a letter, and if it's within my power to make it happen, I will, do whatever I can to accommodate you. So that's how that works. And here's the link to the Americans with Disabilities Act website in case you wonder or have any questions about what that's about. This is an online class, so attendance policies established in compliance with the U.S. Department of Education, and you can look at what that policy is here. You are expected to be engaged in the class and do your work and visit the sites and read the materials, etc. So that's and that will count as your attendance. Absence due to religious holidays don't really apply in this course because this isn't a class that is on a particular day. And since I'm giving you your assignments weekly rather than one particular day, if you've got a couple of days off in a week due to religious holidays, you still have like 5 days during the week to do your work. So it's kind of a moot point. Although I'm all for religious holidays or holidays of any kind, really. Academic honesty, we frown on cheating and being dishonest or in any way when it comes to getting credit for your work. This isn't a great big deal for me because the quizzes that I give you and the tests that I give you, they are timed, and I allow you to use your book and your notes to take them. So I'm, I think that's, you know, pretty fair with you, and it also creates a system where it's really difficult to cheat. So I don't expect I'll see a lot of that. If there is any problems that you and I have regarding the coursework, regarding your test, regarding the requirements, or how I present things or whatever, if we have any types of conflicts or situations arise in our relationship here during this semester, you should contact me to resolve that as a first step. And I'll listen and we'll talk. And generally speaking, most of the, and I don't get a lot of situations with students, but you know, when I do, we can usually resolve it at this level. Now, the next step, if we can't resolve it, is for you to contact the division chair, and the division chair is also me. So, you know, if we can't resolve it, you and I, then you just can go right over here and follow the Students' Appeals Policy link, and we can go further with it in that manner. No more Title IX is concerns itself with creating a campus that's safe and free from sexual harassment and sexual assault as it can be. If you are in an abusive relationship, if you're being victimized, if you're in an unsafe living environment, or you need to speak to someone confidentially and off the record, you can get in touch with the Bridge Over Troubled Waters, and their contact information is here. And then here's a link for Title IX, sex discrimination, if you want to know more about it. Lee College faculty, each and every one of us, are responsible employees, which means that you know, if you contact me as a faculty member and you tell me that you've experienced sexual harassment or sexual assault, sexual violence in some manner or another, I am required to report that, because one of the things that we know is very important in putting a stop to this sort of thing is that we need to have the information on what and how it occurs. We'll talk about that some in this class, and we'll talk about it more in the current issues class if any of you are in that. But anyway, if you want to make a formal report, you should contact Dr. Rosemary Kaufman, who's our Title IX liaison, and she can do it that way. If you want to talk to me or to some other faculty member, then we will we have a procedure by which we'll report it, and it will go to Dr. Kaufman, but we can't guarantee confidentiality to you when we talk about this stuff, because we have to disclose things to her, like who was involved and what happened and when, etc. So you have several ways that you can approach this if you need it. And I just want to encourage you, if you need it, to avail yourself of one of these options. And the Bridge, like I said, if you're in a situation, if your living situation is such that you don't feel safe, it's dangerous, you want to get away, whatever, then contact the Bridge, or you can contact me. I'll facilitate that. Withdrawal, drop policy. This is pretty important too. State mandated refund policies and drop deadlines appear in the schedule that we'll talk about here in a minute, and on the college website. We, the college, do not drop you for non-attendance. if you participated in the class. So what that means is if you've come to class, I've called roll and you've been counted, or if you are visiting the online course room and you do any of the assignments there, then you will have attended and participated. If you attend and participate at any point between the first day of class and the day of record, then you're an official member of the class. And if you want to drop that course, it's important for you to initiate that and do what you have to do over at the admissions office, or whatever, so that you can drop the course without having a bad grade show up. If you just stop coming, our hands are tied. I mean, we can't give you a W. That's college policy. So you'll have to get whatever grade you have when you stop coming, and or whatever grade you wind up with after you stopped coming. So that means if you've taken 2 tests and made an A, you're not going to be getting an A, because you're going to have 3 zeros averaged in there too. You know what I'm saying? So if you're going to stop coming and you want a non-penalized W, initiate that and get that done. Although I can't imagine why anyone would want to stop coming to my class. Anyway, if you have to stop coming to all your classes, it's a good idea to resign from the classes. That's complete withdrawal from all your courses in the college. You can always come back, where we won't penalize you on that. But again, that's something that you have to initiate. You also need to keep in mind that there is another option if something happens and you can't complete your courses, and that's an incomplete or an I grade. And I will give you an I if you have done at least 75% of the work. That's 3/4 of your assignments and tests and stuff, and you're passing. If something happens and you can't complete the course, and I mean, we'll deal with that on a case-by-case basis, but if you get sick, if someone dies in your family, something along those lines, you're in a car accident, I don't know, but I'm reasonable, and there's no, you shouldn't lose the whole semester because something out of your control gets in the way. But again, that's further along down the road. And you can't wait until the last minute to come and ask me for an I. I need to know ahead of time. I'm not saying that I won't give you an I after April 8th, which is the official drop date, but I probably won't give you an I on May the 1st when grades go in on the 2nd, you know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind too. We've got a lot of things to provide academic support for you too. Library and tutoring services, all these support services, the Learning Hub, Math Lab, library, Student Success and Advising Center, etc. So that'll be, those are there for you too. I also have been suggesting to all of the students, although some of you are probably using financial aid, some of you may be paying out of pocket, etc. There are a number of scholarships available along with Pell Grants and things like that would help defray some of the financial burden that you would have. So I would encourage you to look at the scholarships, see if you qualify for any, because a number of scholarships go begging every year because no one claims them. So, free money's good, just saying. Academic support referral. as I mentioned, if you're having problems, I'm your first go-to guy on that. If you're having problems with the course material, if you're not understanding it, if you're overloaded, if whatever, and I'll try to work with you on that. If we can't connect, or if I'm unsuccessful in doing that, and you're failing the class, or not participating, or in danger of failing, I may well make an academic support referral, in which case I will contact a counselor, give them your information, and they'll contact you to see if they can help in some manner. It's designed to provide an early intervention to keep you from falling behind, getting overwhelmed, and not completing. If you've looked at some of my other Watch This First intros, you've heard me say it before, but I mean it. Right now, today, while I'm talking here, this very moment that you're watching this, probably everybody in this class has an A. Everyone. That's on day one. We all start out with an A. I will be delighted if on the last day everyone still has an A. So I give you lots of different ways to make grade points in this, to make grades in this class. We've got exams, assignments, quizzes, or quizzes. We don't really have, well, you'll see when we get to the end of it, but I give you a lot of ways to make points, and so that you can be successful here. Okay, and we've already talked about incomplete. Here's the incomplete policy if you want to look at it. An I basically means that I'm just not grading you because you haven't turned everything in. If you have an I, you have the next full semester to complete your incomplete work. If you don't complete it in the next full semester, then that I will turn into an F, and that it won't have done you any good. So you just need to hear that. Your assignments and testing schedule stuff. You go down through here and you can see that I've listed some tasks for you. In this online class for this semester, I will be putting these assignments, I'll be grouping them in 2-week increments. Week 1, week 2 will be module 1. Week 3, week 4 is module 2. Week 5, week 6, module 3. You get the drift. And so you'll have 2 weeks to complete those modules. If you want to do it in a day, that's fine with me, or whatever. But it's looking at a 2-week period, and I may open them up early. In fact, I probably will. You have plenty of opportunity to work ahead, I'm sure, and plenty of opportunities to make your grades in this class. I'm going to give you 10 quizzes. I'll give you more quizzes than that, really, but the quizzes that you take, I'm going to take the best 10 grades of that, and that's going to be 40% of your grade. You'll have 4 journal entries. That'll be 20% of your grade. You'll have homework assignments, or I'm calling it homework, but there'll be assignments, and they'll be added over the course of the semester. I don't know what they are yet. I know that we're going to have we'll have some special presentations. I'm pretty sure we'll have 1 or 2 from the bridge, and maybe from some other people, and it'll probably be online. So, as a matter of fact, I can assure you it will be. But you'll have an opportunity to watch those, attend them, online, or attend them live, or watch the video of the presentation or whatever. But we're not sure when they'll be scheduled, etc., through the semester. But soon as I know, you'll know. We'll try to work that in for you. You'll have more than 5 opportunities to do that sort of thing, but again, I'll take 5. You whichever you want to do. And then there's one genogram, and the genogram I'll explain to you in the lecture when we get there. And there are templates that you can utilize that we can get online to use the genograms, and you'll be expected to create one and to do a narrative that goes along with it. You can put it into a PowerPoint, which is a kind of a neat way to do things, and you can do a presentation and record it. There's a lot of different ways to do it, but we'll talk about that, and that will be 20% of your grade. So that's really about that. Here's how the grades shake down, the final grades. And there are more points up here. There are 1,100 points out of this that I've got put together. And if you look at that, if you look at Blackboard and you see that you've got a cumulative point average of 100, that doesn't mean you're making an A. So you have to stay on top of these and think about it in terms of percentile, how much this is going to count. These are going to count towards your grade. I can assure you that if you keep passing each of these, then you will pass the course. So each grade that's passing is that much more towards passing the course. And I think that's all I want to say about that. Matter of fact, I'm sure that's all I want to say about that. If you are, again, if you're, everyone's starting with an A, and I want you to end up that way. And if you're having any problems at all, let me know about them. I'll see what I can do. Don't feel like you're intruding on my time or anything like that, because my time is your time, where my job is to help you out and to make sure that you're successful, and it's in the best interest of Lee College, my program, and me, as well as yourself, that you're successful. We want to help you get to where you want to go. So feel free. My office hours are listed on the syllabus, but I'm flexible if I'm not in class or doing something, for the administration or what have you. My door's open to you. We can make appointments if you need to talk to me. We can do phone calls. We can do online chats, however you want to do it. Like I said, I'm flexible. So I'm wishing you a very good semester, and I look forward to working with you, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you very much.